Call this meeting to order at 5:31. Any adjustments to the agenda?
I have none.
Anybody else? Select board announcements, anybody?
No, but, oh, well, did you give this stuff to me for information?
Yeah, those are.
Okay, these are the announcements. So that we got sent a BDCC, select board engagement survey. And we're supposed to fill it out, request to be filled out by each member. That's just an announcement. We must have gotten this, did we get this via email?
No, it came in the mail.
Okay, do we all have a copy?
I will put a copy in each mailbox.
I have a copy, yay for me. Last chance to register for VLCT Town Fair. October 8th at the Doubletree by Hilton in South Burlington. I don't have the agenda on here, but it's got a bunch of, I've gone before, it's very useful. It's got training tracks for everyone, including select board members. It looks like the keynote address is strategies and skills for bridging political and cultural divides, which sounds pretty timely. And so I am going, so there.
I am not.
Okay, I think that was it, right?
Yeah, and there's miscellaneous VLCT.
VLCT news.
I would recommend the select board go to the CLT website and portal and just surf around.
Yeah.
Because there's some important information, especially with town meeting coming up. Yeah. It'll give you some ideas for town meeting articles, perhaps.
Okay, so that's all I've got.
That's it? Okay. Any public comment on items not on the agenda?
I know Catherine Stefan may have an announcement.
She's there.
Yes, is this a good time?
Yes.
Okay, hello everyone, good evening. So I'm just tuning in to let you know that Discover Putney is having its second annual Main Street Festival this Sunday, and happy to tell you a little bit about it and also to answer any questions that you might have. Like last year, this is a festival that really celebrates businesses in Putney, whether they're on Main Street or further afield. And this year we have over 25 vendors that'll be participating. Those are vendors that range from businesses to community organizations to local schools and other nonprofits. We'll also have performances. Sandglass Theater will be performing. Also, Stockwell Brothers and another band will be opening for them. Lots of food vendors who are involved not only with the existing food truck roundup over at Rod's, but also additional vendors who will be joining us over at the Yellow Barn Lawn. The locations are, like last year, will be spanning the length of Main Street. So we'll be going from the existing farmers market at the Putney Co-op all the way up to the Tavern Lawn in the evening. And the day is structured around existing events. So on either end of the day, first there's the farmers market starting at 11. At the other end of the day is Next Stage's previously scheduled event at 7 o'clock. And we've filled in the time in between with a vendor fair, vendor and food fair at the Yellow Barn property from 2 to 4. And then up at the Tavern Lawn, there'll be live performances from 4 to 6. And I think it'll be a wonderful celebration of all that Putney has to offer. And hopefully, this will, being our second annual, hopefully this means that it will be something that continues long into the future.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions for Catherine?
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it certainly was fun last year, so I look forward to it.
I think it will be. We've added some more children's activities. We'll have face painting and hair painting. I'm not really sure what hair painting is, but apparently it's a thing. And somebody will be doing is bringing table looms to have weaving for all ages. We even have somebody who's offering free shiatsu massages. So come over and enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Any public comment? Okay. Approval of the minutes for September 3rd, 2025.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of September 3rd, 2025.
Second.
Looks okay to me.
All good? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Warrants the treasurer.
Make a motion to approve and execute the warrants to the treasurer upon completion of review.
Second. Accounts payable warrant dated September 6th through September 19, 2025, in the amount of $75,301.20.
Carol, the 2,400 for salmon and nostrum, is that actually work on the zoning? That seems like a big figure for us. We working on appeals.
Appeals,
Okay.
and we're tracking those individually.
That's good. I don't have anything.
Take your time.
Yeah, there's nothing really out of the ordinary. Most of them are monthly payments for contractors and services. All set? Payroll warrant dated September 19, 2025 in the amount of $21,523.94.
No more lifeguards.
No lifeguards.
Oh, well. Nice while it lasted.
I know, it came and went so
It's
quickly.
been very fast.
Yes. The rec league director is on this warrant.
Yay.
Good. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Town manager's report.
All right. This might take a little time, but we don't have a planning commission report tonight. So. I'm gonna start with the Putney Fire Department from August 18 through September 15. Incidents, EMS 15, automatic fire alarms 3, good intent 2, public assist 3, mutual aid, Dummerston brush fire. Training, combined fire EMS training with Dummerston Fire Department with UMass Light Flight on helicopter landing. I'm sure that was an exciting training. Combined EMS fire training on victim removal from a motor vehicle accident. 5 members started the Firefighter 1 certified training program starting on September 9th. And will continue 2 nights a week and some weekends through March. That is a huge commitment for a small department. So I just want to recognize those folks and support them any way we can.
How many of them did you say?
5.
5. And who is it?
I don't have names. So
Yeah. Cool.
unless Eric has them,
Yeah, I think there's actually 4. One had a conflict that couldn't make it, but
okay.
Logan Sears, Riley Morse, Alex Fitch, and Kyle Brennan,
Great.
7 Townsend,
Wilmington.
Wilmington, oh
So
my
they're
gosh,
commuting 2 nights a week.
wow.
Right.
Good for them. Yay.
Maintenance, all the fire pumps have been serviced, gauges, valves have been replaced and or repaired. 3 municipal fire hydrants have been repaired and are back in service. Dry hydrant maintenance is work in progress, waiting on parts. Work in progress, capital plan rough draft has been completed. Staff is reviewing and finalizing for presentation. Continue to review and implement recommendations from the AP Triton report, working on next year's budget. Equipment, the station exhaust ventilation system will have its annual service done on September 18th. That is one of the loans that we just paid off in the last warrant. So that was a 5-year loan, folks. But yeah, so I was also at an officers meeting last week, whatever date that was. So it was, they meet the first Monday of the month. So I did attend that meeting with the officers and had a good discussion with them. And yeah, they continue to do what I request, and working on the capital plan and the budget right now is critical for fiscal year 27. But yeah, that's it for the fire, unless there's anything else.
I had a couple questions. One is, what was the good intent thing that the two good intent? What does that
Usually somebody calls and they think there's some sort of emergency and there's not. They just, they see smoke and they think it's a fire and it's just somebody barbecuing, or that's just an example.
mean? Okay.
Without looking back at what the calls were.
Yeah, but that's
all.
the type of thing
Yeah.
it is. Okay.
We try to label them,
Yeah.
so they're,
That's
Not so much false alarm as
yeah,
somebody.
good intent. They were trying.
They were trying to do a good thing.
yeah.
Okay, and the other question I had, Karen, is where is the helicopter pad that we're using now?
Well, this training was in Dummerston at the elementary school.
Uh-huh.
So, we were working through with DART. I don't know if one has been located in Putney at this time or not.
There's not one downtown. There's like the central school.
Yeah.
We could land them in Landmark and the Quad.
Okay.
The Putney School. There's plenty of places around. That one was just our main one because it was maintained year round.
Right.
The winter it gets a little tougher.
Yeah. So this was at the Dummerston School.
Right on the soccer
Right
field.
here. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Right. Highway Department update. Training. 2 of the folks just completed a flagging course. Everyone on the crew has now been through the flagging course. They do get certified, by the way, to do that. This spring, everyone on the crew completed MSHA training, which is a yearly safety training for the sand and gravel pits. Again, they get certified. It's important for this training because if somebody's down there, we can get fined if they're not doing the appropriate thing. So it'd be like me going down there without a hard hat and anything else and not being certified. That would be a fine through MSHA. So this is why we have it gated, and it's just not a free-for-all. So our folks are trained, and I would presume that Dummerston is also. And this is for both Carpenter Pit and the Dummerston Putney Pit. Maintenance, excavator just got fixed. They had to replace a valve on the boom. The grader just received new cutting blades, which was in the warrant. All of the trucks are getting a thorough look through before winter to make sure everything is good to start the winter months. Work in the field. The crew has been working on several different projects over the summer. They replaced many culverts around town. These are pipe culverts, not big box culverts or bridges. And have done a couple different ditching projects to help with water runoff and flow. They're currently on Putney Mountain Road, completing a section up there for the grants and aid, which we will get reimbursed for. Mowing, the sides of the roads around town have been completed. The mowing tractor will start blowing leaves off the roadside. The crew is currently working on the grants and aid project for the year. The project is on Putney Mountain Road. The crew has started fall grading on a few roads around town and will continue grading around town. Crews will also be helping to clean out the dam next to the old fire station this month, which is a process they do every 2 years. Blasting for the gravel pit is ongoing right now. The scheduled date for blasting at the Dummerston Putney pit is October 15th or later. And the Parkman Wood Road box culvert is complete. It started and finished within 5 days. So, and it looks amazing. So I'm impressed with the amount of people that were up there in a short amount of time to do the project.
That's great.
So that is complete. We will be, there's a final inspection by the state and we'll request reimbursement. Yes. One other item for the highway department, the 2018 Western Star dump truck requires $13,110.32, sorry, $13,110.32 of work. That is a big invoice. This truck is not due for trade until the following, well, fiscal year 27. And I can tell people right now through Lenny Howard the fourth, he spoke to Craig Allen up at, I forget the name of that place up there in Westminster, the truck place. ATG. Trucks right now are out. If you order one, it's 1.5 years for the cab and chassis, and then you're waiting another probably 6 months for the dump body through Viking. So we're not, no one right now, it's supply and demand, and it's the dump bodies that are taking the longest to get. So our truck that was approved at town meeting in March, which we ordered it early. We're not gonna see it until spring 2026. So it is what it is. Not sure. We're gonna need this truck, so I hope I have your blessing. I am going to authorize Lenny to move ahead and get the truck. We need it for the winter. And basically the steering arms on it, because it's so heavy and the amount of steering we're doing with it, it wasn't set up in a way that, it wasn't made for this type of truck. So what's in there just it's gonna fail. And if it fails, we're gonna be in worse trouble. So I'm gonna authorize him to move ahead, spend this money, put the work into the truck, and I hope we don't have another problem with it.
Before spring.
Well, this one ain't going for another
That
year.
was not even the one.
Yeah, this one-
That's being traded in.
Yeah, this is not the one being traded in.
Many springs.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe we could, we keep our trucks for 10 years and then we trade them because they still have some sort of value to them. But if we're waiting another year and a half to 2, that value drops even further by the time we trade it in.
Right.
So I'm not sure what the answer is. Sometimes these trucks only see like 50,000 miles on a truck, but the amount of work they're doing, especially in the wintertime, puts a lot of stress on them. So this will come out of the operating budget, but as a maintenance and repair. Bad news, I know. I have more though. So that's all I have for fire and highway. There's no questions, and I just want to move on to the town manager. Water line on Alice Holloway Drive. The water needs to be shut off to 5 properties for the installation of a valve on the water main. If anybody's driven by there, the road has been closed. There's an open hole. So basically, when this system was built, the water line comes down Carroll Brown Way. There's a hydrant, and then it turns onto Alice Holloway for a short distance, and it's stubbed off right there with an end cap on it. Instead of having a valve on it, it's got an end cap.
Gotcha.
So when they opened up that line, there's no way to isolate just Putney Meadows. So Putney Place, Putney Landing Apartments, the Putney Co-op, Putney Meadows, and there's one other, and the Putney Fire Station, and the Sunoco will not have water.
No, those are, they are on our water system.
Yes.
For how long?
The plan is to shut the system down on Friday morning at 7 a.m. They'll put the valve on. So what happens is the water shuts off, that whole water main decompresses, and then they'll take the end cap off, put the valve on, repressurize the system, and then the water is going to get turned on. And as it gets turned on, there's going to be a boil water order for 48 hours. Because when you decompressurize that line, there's a chance for bacteria. Joe is doing chlorination right now to get that chlorination through the system down to the line before Friday. Even though this job is going to take maybe 3 hours or less, even if it took a half an hour, we still got to boil water. Because there's a risk of bacteria and that we can't, that's a liability. Unfortunately, the timing it's never the right timing when you have businesses. I'm going to notify them either tonight or first thing in the morning, and testing will have to be done Friday. Those tests will have to go up to the lab. We'll do the same thing on Saturday. Our hope is that the boil water order can be lifted by Monday. Tuesday the latest.
And that's, again, the co-op, Putney Meadows, Putney Landing, Sunoco, Fire Station, and across the highway at Putney Place.
Yes.
This one.
Yeah. So,
I guess that would be
Yeah.
water pipes down Alice Holloway are full of surprises.
well, the thing is, when it was first built, and it's an aging system, can we put another check valve somewhere else to isolate further, on that line?
Yeah,
Probably, and maybe that's what we should be thinking about doing.
yeah.
Instead of shutting all these people off. I thought maybe shutting the curb stop off, would isolate, and then, but you still gotta do the boil water.
Yeah.
And that's per state regulations, that's nothing, it has nothing to do with us. So, it's poor planning when that system was built.
Right.
If you had all those parcels right there and you intended to develop them, the line should have gone further. It should have been just, but we have what we have, and we just gotta have to address it, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate we have to shut water off.
Okay.
So I just wanted to
Yeah.
let the board know. The highway department is aware, the fire department obviously will be aware, but, not that they have anything to do, but the last leak we had, we ended up with 2, and that's not fun either.
Are there any ways in which the town can support people or businesses during this window? Or is it just
Particularly on a co-op that's really majorly affected.
Yeah, because the
Right.
place will be closed
Right,
not on Friday?
over the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It might be affected Friday.
Might be
Friday.
affected.
Friday, maybe,
But over the
yeah.
weekend.
No, Peg,
Yeah, I just didn't know what we did last time.
That's only for drinking water,
Yeah.
correct? I mean, you can still use it.
Yeah, 'cause they had to shut down their deli and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Any place can.
and I think that's a food thing, that must be a state regulation.
Right, because they're actually making boiled water.
Right.
I mean, they're boiling water to make their coffee anyway, one hopes.
Right,
Um,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
it's I don't wanna say risk, but being an honest, public system like this, the work needs to be done, and hopefully there won't be any, I just can't predict it, but I'm just letting people know. So that's the bad news. Well, maybe one more of this. While we're talking about public, I know, there's like 3 in a row, like not good. Putney and Pump Station went offline last week.
Jeez.
Yep. So I authorized the rebuild of the 2014 pump that was inside the pump station. And the 1972 pump is going to be replaced. There's no fixing a 1972 pump.
It's vintage.
So right now, I'm waiting on the estimate for the new pump, and I've already said, yeah, rebuild the 2014, put it back in, get it online. For now, Best Septic is pumping out the holding tank. So the holding tank, Joe watches it every day. When it gets to a certain point, Best Septic comes down and they vacuum it all out, okay? So they're doing that, and I can tell you the last time Best Septic, they were down at Alice Holloway for 3.5 hours, and it was $787. So they charge by the hour. And I also want to just say, and this is things that I learned. This is not in my wheelhouse, by the way, but I'm learning. So when Best Septic pumps the tank, the holding tank, it actually goes from the tank to our wastewater treatment plant, and it gets dumped into the plant. So it's not like they're taking it off site. It just goes to the plant, gets treated down there.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But, it's still, this
I
one.
didn't know that either, but it makes sense.
Yeah. So this one's gonna be a costly one because they had 4 trips down there the first day, and then the next day they were back down there and did another truckload, so.
What's the time frame of the rebuild?
What was that?
What's the time frame of the pump rebuild?
It's gonna be here like Monday. So, this happened last week, so it's,
Monday's, oh boy.
yeah, it's a week. You know, here's the thing, we're starting to have like backup pumps on the shelf. But for each pump station we have, they're different size pumps.
Of course.
So it's not like you can interchange anything. But we're starting to think like, all right, let's start like, if they're all the same, we got one or two on a shelf, then we can just like pull one, put one in. If the other one can be rebuilt, great, you know. A pump can go like $10,000 a piece.
Karen, can you remind us where all the pump stations are?
Oh, you would have to ask that question. All right, so we have the Putney Inn, we have Old Depot, we have Alice Holloway, we got Landmark College, which has got a couple big pumps in there. And then we have Putney Central School. There's 6.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah, and capital planning is critical. So these are items that need to be in a capital plan and they need to, you know, head down. We have an aging system and we need to be prepared. Wyndham Sheriff's Office Regional Policing discussion is September 22nd, which is Monday next week, at the Newfane Courthouse at 5:30. If one select board member could attend, that'd be great. I might be able to attend.
This next Monday?
Yes. I'm gonna be
I,
late getting there.
I was planning on attending
Okay,
anyway, so
all right,
for when we're there,
all right,
dual hats.
good. I like dual hats. So the next select board meeting, I would like to introduce several updated financial policies. And coming into budget season, I think it's important. Internal control and financial management procedures, procurement policy, credit card policy, and the fund balance policy needs revisions. So I will probably roll those out earlier than the actual meeting, so you have time to review them and make comments, and then we can discuss. But these need to be started.
Karen, it sounds like some are updates and some are new policies.
No, so the credit card is gonna be a new policy, although it's in the internal control and financial management procedures. But we're gonna break it out. And the procurement, we have one, but it needs to be updated. So what we'd like to do is add purchase orders into that policy, because
Oh, you have that?
no, we don't have a purchasing policy or purchasing order system. And what's difficult is when we purchase items from vendors that are not in our system, because we don't have the appropriate paperwork to pay them. So having a purchase order system, we can issue the purchase order number, then ask for the paperwork from the vendor prior to getting the invoice.
Right.
So, and this helps some of the vendors too, because some prefer to have a purchase order number. But it's something we've never done here, but I think it will simplify the process when it comes to accounts payable. Municipal planning application process is open. Applications are due in November. I would like the select board to consider a comprehensive recreational study for Putney
Oh, that's a good idea.
with this application.
It's up to 30,000, right?
Yes. And also we need to consider the creation of a recreational commission or department. So I'm hoping with a grant, we can do all that work together. It's been on my radar for 2 years now. But I think it's important, and not that we need more work. But I think Ruby can speak to the importance of recreation and having a cohesive system. It's difficult, but I think we can build a good team. One more item, okay? I know, it's been
Good
long.
news or bad news?
It's good news. It's spending more money, but, Renew Town Hall, we've had, we reviewed the construction management firms, which is part of your new business. And, we had questions for them. They came back with answers. We do have a recommendation to the select board under new business. That was a good process. We also reopened the 2025 Southern Vermont Community Economic Development application to add more supporting documentation for the renovation of Town Hall. So that grant award could be substantial, and it would help the team move forward with renovating Town Hall. The team still also needs to do a presentation in front of the board and to the community. We're not quite at the point where we want to say more, okay? But it's coming together. And it's a huge project, and we're hoping with the construction manager on board, it will make the process a little bit easier, and will redefine the actual design development and the cost estimate. So that's where we're at there. Yeah, that's it for today.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Any public comment? Mr. Chairman?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. 2 points. First, regarding the water shut-off, I'm one of the people whose water will be shut off. I've just learned about this, and I'm guessing that there's the residents of Putney Landing, about 40 of us, and I would say at least that many at Putney Meadows. Then, of course, there's the co-op and Rods and Sunoco. It appears that no notices have gone out. Now, this is pretty close to Friday morning at 7 a.m., if I understood correctly. So I take the liberty of suggesting that the notices go out first thing tomorrow morning, because people may need to plan ahead, especially the deli. Our annual report from the Putney Food Co-op says that the last accidental water shutoff cost them about $30,000 in revenue from the deli. And if they have advance notice, they may be able to prepare some food in advance, put it in the refrigerator, and then run it through the microwave and so on, so as to lose a bit less money this time. So I'm offering those suggestions. Now, our town manager knows that I'll be asking this question. We're in a moderate drought now, according to the U.S. Drought Monitor, and it's getting worse all the time. We may soon be in a severe drought. How is our Putney public water system doing? Is the water supply still sufficient?
Joe, I just talked to Joe.
Oh, good, Ian, thank you, because I didn't really have time to ask you that question.
Yeah, I was checking on just how the general well yield was going. And he gave me that number, and I asked, is this number now being affected by the drought that we're in, because it's been so difficult for everyone? And he said no. He said the well is not pulling air, that the water table is there. It may have gone up because of all the rain in the spring, but it's okay at the moment, as far as I know.
Good.
Thank you, Ann.
That's ironic.
Chairman, was that it?
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, that was it.
Excellent. Anybody else, public comment? All right, moving on. Boards, committees, and commission. Conservation Commission appointment. Yeah.
I'm Ann Kerrey, by the way, Chair of the Conservation Commission. We have good news. Yay. I am very pleased to introduce Grant Clemens, who has stepped up and is going to be joining the Conservation Commission. And he has more qualifications than any of the rest of us, I think. At least he has pretty impressive qualifications. He has degrees in civil engineering and environmental engineering, and is working as a water resource engineer.
That's
Maybe
great.
you can start answering water questions.
I was surprised how relevant several topics were. Talking about pump stations and water mains and hydrants, and that's my work. That's what I do every day. So
Don't tell me that.
yeah, yeah.
Right,
And
you're on the Conservation Commission.
Thank you. I'm honored.
And he's already gone to work for us, doing more mundane things like walking and clearing up the Beatrice Aiken Trail and getting the poster back up on a level, which has been tilted for a while. And so he's willing to do mundane things along with us, and we're just delighted to have him on board, and we recommend his appointment.
Nice.
Thank you, Ann.
Nice.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Anything else, or is that?
Do we need to do anything?
We need to make a motion.
Yeah.
I make a motion to appoint Grant Clemens to the Conservation Commission.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Yes. Congratulations on
Yeah, thank you.
your baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are expecting a baby girl in November.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Coming right up.
Mm-hmm.
We may see what's in it.
Yeah.
I know.
Maybe or more.
Welcome.
Welcome. We have both
Yeah.
to the commission and to Putney.
And we're going to excuse ourselves since.
Okay.
We're done talking about pumps.
Okay.
All right, select board new business.
So,
SEVCA appointments to board of trustees.
Somebody wants to read that.
I will, it's from Judy Trout, who is the project coordinator for Southeastern Vermont Community Action Incorporated, otherwise known as SEVCA. Dear Ms. Astley, Mr. McGowan, and select board members, the Board of Directors of Southeastern Vermont Community Action, SEVCA, is hereby requesting that the Putney Select Board appoint Mr. Jonathan Johnson, a Putney resident living at 29 South Windmill Hill Road, as its representative to the SEVCA board in the public sector. John is your town clerk and has also served as a town lister. John has been a valued member of our board since 2021. We respectfully request that he be appointed for an additional 3-year term from October 25th to September 2028. SEVCA's board is made up of 3 sectors: public, private, and client representative. Members of the public sector can be elected officials themselves, someone designated by an elected official to represent that individual, or as in this case, someone appointed to represent a publicly elected body such as the Putney Select Board. Please let us know if you have any questions. We appreciate your consideration of our request and your willingness to support SEVCA's services for Putney residents by having a representative on our board. If there is anything more required, or if someone needs to attend your board meeting, please let us know. Looking forward to hearing from you. Just as an aside, I've heard John Johnson talk about SEVCA. He uses them as a reference for Putney residents that come in asking for help. So it's works both. It's a good arrangement both ways.
I move we appoint John Johnson to a 3-year term as our representative to the SEVCA board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
I'm assuming John's aware of this.
Yes.
Okay. Kimball Hill Halloween closure request. Ruby.
Hi, everybody.
That time of year again.
Time of year again. So I wear lots of hats and come to you in lots of different ways. My hat is like fully Halloween and Putney right now. And Putney Community Cares is is my day job, and they actually allocate part of my time towards the work that goes towards getting things started. And this is the first thing, is asking you all as the town to approve of the closure of the road on Halloween night from 5 to 8 o'clock. What we have historically done for, at this point, many years is have the road closed and have trick-or-treating and kind of a block party from 5 to 7. And the window of time from 7 to 8 is kind of cushion. So if oftentimes we are opening the road at 7 o'clock, but if there are people still lingering, we have until 8. And that gives us, people can prepare for that if they live in the closed area. So I can say very affirmatively that this is a very successful event. If you haven't been to it, it's beloved by many people in the town. It's probably beloved by a lot of people who don't live in this town, but who have connections to the town. It's a Friday this year, which means I think we will be prepared for a lot of people. There's no school the next day. It's just going to be very, very busy. Plus, hopefully, it's going to be nice weather. I can say I have not spoken to the fire department this year, but and I'm sure that Eric can attest, the fire department really likes this event. Like, it makes the work of making sure everyone's safe much, much easier to contain them in that space. And so we really do try to encourage all events to be within the confines of the closed road. We don't at this point have any businesses on that side of the road that we would direct that go across. We used to have the diner, but now the diner's over here. We don't have the paper plant. Nothing goes over there really. Doesn't mean that people won't be crossing, but for the most part, we can really push people into that space. So the first step is to get you guys to approve the closing of the road. And then I start letting folks know and promoting and putting out maps and like letting everyone know how to get around. And also I will put flyers in kind of the doors of everybody up and down Kimball Hill. And that flyer says, here's the map, here's the timing of when it'll be closed. And if you want candy and treats to distribute, there is a candy and treat drive. And there's other treats that are provided by Putney Community Cares that are non-food and non-plastic. So that's our effort to try to help. If somebody just moved into this neighborhood and wasn't aware of this, it can clock them over the head. And so our goal is to make sure that people know if you live on the hill, and that means that if they don't want to participate, they can turn their lights off. Or if they, get home normally at 7 o'clock and that this really screws everything up, they can contact me and I can get them in touch with the fire department and make a plan. If the plan might be somebody helps them get into their house, like helping them figure out how to get around the fact that you really won't be able to drive in, because they won't. So those are the steps that we've historically done in order to try to make things run smoothly and make sure people don't feel annoyed by this event, because it sucks when somebody's annoyed. There might be annoyed people. Way more people are really happy. And so I hope you guys approve this, the road closure, and that can be the beginning of this process. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
just say, yay.
I love this.
I love it, it's simple.
Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Chairman, as I mentioned at the previous select board meeting, it's in the news all the time that vehicles were driven accidentally or intentionally into street festivals. And I suggested then simply as something to keep in mind, but I now suggest specifically that something be done to block the closed street at both ends so that this cannot possibly happen here. My suggestion would be that we park a Town of Putney dump truck across the road at either end. Now, of course, I know people will say this can't happen here, but that's what they all say, and that's what they all said. But it did happen there, and when it happens, the word for it is carnage. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
The decorative trucks.
Yeah,
And the fire trucks.
the fire trucks we usually,
Yeah. So,
motion.
yeah, can you just say from where to where?
I move we approve the closure of Kimball Hill Road between Signal Pine and Main Street between the hours of 5 and 8 p.m. on October 30. Is that right?
31st.
31.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you.
If people who live on the hill need a place to park close by, feel free to call me and ask. We're about as close as you can get, but not being in the,
Oh, okay.
in the close rock zone.
Yeah, so far, we've never had an issue with that. As some people work it out. And also so far, I as in my effort of managing this, I don't manage parking. And there's definitely we're doing the best that we can as a community, and people do park, but it's up all the way, practically to Fred Houghton, it's a lot of cars.
Yeah.
So I think people are just managing it on their own. But thank you.
I just wanted to say if you have a cranky person who
Yes,
is,
it's good to know. Thanks.
Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Chairman, has Baskerville been asked for permission to use their parking lot?
I'm happy to answer that. So there has been leadership change at Next Stage, and I will go and talk to Next Stage about this, but one of the ways in which we have collaborating organizations is to have Next Stage has an event, and I kind of promote Next Stage's kind of presence on the Hill. In part, this becomes a Next Stage event, and Next Stage has use of the Baskerville parking lot. So that's how that kind of works out. So I think maybe 10 years ago or something, I spoke to someone at Baskerville, but that was the arrangement that we kind of worked out, and there's never been an issue with using that space.
Thank you. All right. Construction manager review and approval for renovation of town hall project.
So in your packet are two proposals for construction management services. Consideration is for design development only at this point. Both proposals were strong, and both consultants, through their written proposal and interview, have strong qualifications for this project. The team required additional time to ask questions and waited for answers. The renewed town hall project team leaned towards H.P. Cummings for the following reasons. H.P. Cummings has a larger team, staffing, locality to the project location. So Brattleboro and Springfield, they're currently doing projects in, and they actually have staffing that live in Springfield. Stronger qualifications. H.P. Cummings presented themselves as, quote, construction managers. and not construction, construction, what did I want to say? I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry, folks. But as construction managers, the interview process was very strong. They can start and finish within their predetermined schedule, and they have cost certainty in their proposal. So when comparing price, HP Cummings is $14,904 and Russell $15,000. Recommendation by the team is to award HP Cummings a design development step in the amount of $14,904. General contractor was the other one that I meant. Russell is more like a general contractor. So construction management, actually, they get all the sub-consultants for the project. They do all of the paperwork. They, negotiate prices with the contractors and the subs. So general contractors just basically, they manage the whole thing, but construction managers are more detailed with paperwork and staying on schedule and within the cost budget. So our recommendation is HP Cummings.
I'll make a motion to accept the recommendation of the new town hall team to move forward with the HP Cummings Construction Company for design development in the amount not to exceed $14,904.
Second.
Public comment? Mr. Fairman?
Mr. Chairman, does HP Cummings specifically have experience working on historic buildings such as our Putney Town Hall?
Both consultants do have experience, Mr. Fairman.
Experience, yes, but experience working on historic buildings?
Yes. Yes, they do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's
Yeah.
outlined in the full proposal, if anybody noticed that.
I read it.
Yes.
Because that's what I do.
All in favor? Aye. Alright.
Thank you.
Library air heat pump review recommendation and approval.
In your packet are two proposals for air heat pump systems at the Putney Public Library. Both consultants conducted site visits at the library and both proposals were received on time. So a comparison spreadsheet is attached within. Where am I? All right, there is a question about Vermont Mechanical Incorporated and how many units they are actually proposing. I did put a phone call into their office and they have not called me back to clarify the question. Mechanical status on the units at the library currently is 3-ish. Out of 7 are operational and they're 20 years old. So they're beyond their lifespan. The library will expend $25,145 from the library reserve fund, and the town would offset the difference of $30,592 from the general fund capital reserve. I recommend ARC Mechanical Contractors, as their proposal was easier to read and understand. They have provided a proposal with less units and have a lower cost associated with their proposal of replacement and installation of new units. Further action taken last evening, the library board of trustees met. The trustees voted to recommend ARC Mechanical and a second vote to expend the funds in the library reserve fund to cover the costs. So it is my recommendation, along with the Board of Trustees of the Putney Public Library, to award ARC Mechanical Contractors the contract to do this work for replacement and installation of air heat pump systems for the library.
I move to accept the recommendation of the town manager and the library board of trustees to contract with ARC Mechanical for the replacement and installation of air heat pump systems for the Putney Public Library, and to expend $30,592 from the capital reserve fund to offset the cost of the contractor to replace and purchase air heat pump systems for the Putney Public Library building.
Second.
Any public comment? Okay, all in favor? Aye.
My only comment is, it's been 20 years?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
And also, I didn't even know heat pumps, like, I keep thinking of heat pumps as a new technology, but obviously, it's not.
I think they've become more residential.
Yeah.
I think you can put one in a residential area.
Right.
Probably more efficient.
And these are commercial, and the library actually had their 20th year anniversary on February 2nd
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
So that, obviously they were made well. We'll see if the new ones last 20 years.
Right. Yeah.
All right,
Go Putney Library.
FY 2027 budget planning work session.
All right, so this,
Do we have to?
are you laughing? I'm like, this is like in your face right now, folks. We have to really think about a schedule for budget planning and work sessions. I don't recommend that we do them in a session like this on a regular meeting night. It has to be separate meetings, so, in order to get the work done. And I think we're gonna be looking at some new items potentially in the budget, adding some items back into the budget that were taken out this fiscal year. And yeah, it depends, renovation of town hall, how, if it's gonna be a bond or a loan, if it moves forward. These are all planning discussions. And I also need to get the planning commission on board to see what their needs are. So I think we're gonna be looking at a different budget for fiscal year 27.
Are you gonna have enough information on the town hall renovation to put something on the warrant for?
For town meeting?
Yeah.
Potentially, it depends on which way we go.
Okay.
And it depends if this SEDS award comes to us.
The RPP?
Yes. Yeah. So there's still some unknowns, but I still want to move ahead like it's, potentially going to happen. If the bottom falls out, it falls out. There's nothing we can do. We can go to town meeting and it can fall out, right? So it's just a risk we're going to take, but I think the process still needs to move forward the best we
Yeah, I was just
can.
wondering if the timing could, obviously we could have a special meeting for a bond vote if we had to.
Yeah, but no. It's still too early to say, but we definitely need to start thinking about the budget
Yeah.
and working through the numbers.
They ought to be meeting once a month to do a work session. I know it's extra, but
Yep, can we do it on like an off Wednesday? Does that
that
work?
would work good for
We're
me.
not Wednesday, probably be best.
It works best for me.
We just plan on it once a month.
Yeah.
Pick the first one.
Till what's today? Well, we could start the 24th.
What? Where are we?
September.
No, we can't start that early, because I don't have.
Okay.
I'm like thinking.
That's too bad. Okay, how about
The
the
8th or the
October
22nd?
Excited though.
The 8th and the 22nd
Well, we need,
of October.
oh, we're talking October
Now we're talking about October.
20.
Yeah, that might be good, because we're not gonna wanna start later than that, because we'll end up in a bind and things won't move forward.
Yeah.
The other thing too is we don't have our audit results back yet, so that will play into the budget as well, especially if there's surplus.
Wait, what we were proposing the
The
28th of October?
The 8th.
No, the 8th, the 8th, and the 22nd, the off,
Oh, okay.
off select board meeting days.
Yeah.
Weeks that we were technically off, I should say.
I'm on vacation, I'm not here on the 8th.
Yeah, and it's actually a problematic date for me too.
All right, let's do it on the 22nd.
I think we can shoot for the 22nd and have some, I'll have enough information that will definitely overwhelm you folks, so not a problem.
Actually, I have another appointment that I have put on the off Wednesdays.
Well,
It-
we don't have to do it off Wednesdays, it's just that I have that, like, I've cleared my schedule. for
Right,
all Wednesdays.
I know.
As long as that one person.
We can't do it later, can we? Like it's, no.
Later?
No, I won't be functional.
Right. You need to be functional in numbers.
Okay, if we do, it's better than a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's do it and I'll figure it out. Or maybe one of
22nd.
them I won't make or whatever. Okay,
The 20th, so we'll start the 22nd?
yeah.
You're very brave.
You can start at 6 if that's easier.
No, it doesn't, no.
Oh, when is town fair?
October 8th.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna be here for that.
Okay, so that's the,
I guess I won't be either, because I'm going to town fair, so.
We're doing 5:30 or 6?
let's do 5:30.
Doing it here?
Yes, I would just do it here, make things simple. And we won't need BCTV. I don't think we should have a camera here.
26, 5:30.
We'll have to use the computer.
5:30 PM.
And then we were going for another one
Oops.
in November.
So the next one, I guess, would be the
The 5th or the 19th?
5th and or the 19th.
Let's go with the 5th. What do you say, Karen?
Yeah, we can shoot for that. If we're not ready, we can.
Wow, this is so much easier than the doodle poll. We all just say we could do 2 days in 5 minutes.
Should we
Well
plan the rest
done,
of the
team.
calendar year out?
What did we say? November 5th?
November 5th.
Yeah, because we're gonna start running into the holidays too.
Yeah.
You know, it gets really difficult with the holidays thrown in there.
That's a good start.
It is a very good start. It's very promising, folks.
Okay.
Where is?
Does that cover that? You're happy? Okay.
I am, because in your packet, you see the deadlines schedule.
Yeah.
So that's our internal office schedule. When things need to be done in time to get a final proof to the printer, okay? And that aligns with your town meeting and BLCT schedule on the board here. we need to be focused on these dates.
Sounds good.
The other thing too is I have staff that like to take vacations like in January. Going, okay. So, you know, I have to contend with that as well. You know, December and then January, and I'm like, folks, we got town report to get done, articles to get done. So when we do budgeting too, I'm gonna ask that the select board, you need to think about articles for the town meeting. And those have to be done by January. So when we're looking at budgets and there's something you're like, you know, should we consider this as an article? Because it, you know, the implication is that it's gonna be taxpayers' money, right? I haven't teased all that out yet, but just be aware and thinking about.
On that, have we gotten down to a list of which reserve funds need authorization? We haven't been able to find what authorizes the reserve fund. We need to cook up articles to warn those.
Like ones that are already created?
Yeah, well, Kim's been doing a lot of research. We don't have paper on all of the reserve funds.
Yeah, Kim's not doing the paperwork, Lindley's doing it, so we do have a list.
So we know which ones are the gaps.
Right, but if they're already created and there's no policy,
That's what I mean. There has to be something that creates that reserve fund.
right.
And just because you got the money in the bank doesn't mean you have the legal authority. We have to have.
Oh, I understand that, because that happened with the fund balance policy, which needs to be rewritten.
Yeah.
And, you know, and consideration has to be made from the comments that were made at town meeting. So,
So do we know which reserve funds need to be backfilled?
yeah, I have a list. I thought I gave
We're
it to
talking
you.
about policies or articles on the warrant?
You can't, I don't think you can put, no, I don't know, I'm not gonna say that out loud.
It sounds like you guys are talking about two different sets.
Yeah.
It's not a policy, it's a town meeting article.
Yeah, but Karen's been creating policies to create,
Yeah.
to flesh out the articles so that 50 years from now, somebody doesn't have to go back through the minutes of the town meetings to find out what the meaning of that fund was for. That's all. That's
Well,
what she's
see,
been
the
doing.
article should say what the purpose of
I understand that, and what she's doing is she's making it so that when we all get run over by buses, somebody doesn't have to go back and research that.
I know that. And the last time you and I spoke, Karen, I thought we were still up in the air about a final list. Do we have a solid final list?
I don't have a final list, I don't think we'll ever have a final list.
Well, we either,
Fletcher, you can-
wait.
I want to fit you in and
We either have a town meeting article that approves the creation of the reserve fund and we can point to it, or we don't. If we don't have one and we can't point to it, we need to backfill it. We gotta have something in place, otherwise we're just spending money without legal, or holding money without legal authority.
I understand that.
Well, so we need to figure out which ones have to be backfilled.
I will give you the list.
The last time you and I spoke, there was some indefiniteness. Are you down to a solid list?
No, I am not down to a solid list. I will give you the list that we have, and Lindley is working on it, and it takes time. It's not like you can just go in, because we may not even have, like, the complete list.
I know it takes time. We've been chasing this around for a year.
Right.
So and I personally would really like to see that work get done at the next town meeting. So, because I frankly think we're sort of out of bounds to be holding money that we can't point to our legal authority to do so. So we need to backfill those things.
So we had articles, right? But maybe the policy wasn't written.
I'm less concerned about the policy. We're concerned about the fact that you can't have a reserve fund unless there's a town meeting authorization to have it. Once you have it, yeah, sure, we can do policies, we can do it simultaneously. I'm worried about the fundamental authorization to have the reserve fund at all. That's got to be done by the town meeting. And the only way it's going to get done, if we can't pull up a piece of paper that shows it was passed by some prior town meeting, then we need to backfill that so we know we have our legal authority.
I understand that. Before you leave tonight, because there's a list in the other room.
Okay.
So, and it's not final. I don't know. I can't guarantee it's final.
So we can work on it. We can work on it once, if we can't readily find the information that Fletch was looking for, we can put it on the warrant article and just re-up it. That shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. If we can't demonstrate that we have the authority, then we need to ask the town meeting, even if it turns out later that they had already approved it. But we need to cover this.
All right, so don't leave because it's in the other room.
Okay.
We ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. Town meeting schedule.
So that's just basically your,
The dates.
the dates and what needs to be done by a certain time. So it's important we stay on track when we start doing the budget and thinking about articles and.
Okay, so we have to warn everything by February. February 1st, that's what I'm reading.
I'll check this. So,
Yeah.
yes, so February 1st is the last day that the warning and notice for town meeting may be posted.
Okay.
And of course, we run into the tail end of January where we're like crunching for making sure.
Yeah.
Because February 1st, I don't know what day that is.
Sunday.
Is it Sunday? Okay, yep. Yeah, I'll have to look at our schedule for select board meetings.
Yeah. I think you have it on, was it on here?
So January 22nd, Eileen,
Yeah.
can be the first day that the warning and notice for town meeting may be posted. It's right around that time we always have the articles ready.
Okay.
And
You have last regular meeting before legal warning
Yes.
on the 21st.
Yeah,
So that gives us some time to have some special meetings if there's some
right.
straggling fruit going. Straggling fruit? Sure. Okay. It's that time of year again.
Okay.
It is that time of year.
All right. No select board old business. We're not having an executive session.
So let's talk about the next meeting.
Are we having an?
Could we have a brief executive session? No action necessary, but just something for me to go over with the board.
Can we do that if we didn't?
We can, but what's it about?
I would like to discuss under 313A2 negotiating or securing of real estate purchase or lease option.
Okay.
Still early.
It's still early. But we have to plan, we have to figure out our next meeting.
Yeah,
All right.
before.
So are we inviting Karen into executive session?
let's figure the
Yeah,
meeting out
absolutely.
first, though.
Let's do the meeting.
I followed up with my contacts at Brattleboro area Jewish community, and Mr. Fairman was absolutely right that moving the meeting to Thursday is not appropriate given the holiday. That it does, the holiday ends at sundown, but it ends with a breakfast meal. And most anybody who's that is like a big evening of an important evening as part of that holiday. So that plan does not make sense.
Okay, so what was wrong with the 30th?
30th is the zoning
What's the big meeting?
bylaw meeting at Yellowburn
Oh yeah, the big
for the public.
So we could do the 29th, I can't do the 29th, I have a select board meeting in Londonderry, or we could do the 1st and just do the warrants.
Wasn't there something we couldn't do first?
The first.
The first
well, we
is
were
the start of the holiday.
Right, we were just not wanting to have a regular select board meeting on the holiday. I would say do the first and do the warrants and.
Well, you already
We don't
authorized
have
the
to have a
treasurer
meeting.
to sign warrants if
Right.
we didn't have a meeting.
So,
So if you're okay with us doing payroll
So-
and accounts payable.
But so we just decided we were going to have a select board meeting, not on the 8th, because nobody's here. So the next one wouldn't be until the 15th, and then we're having the 22nd. I guess it is what it is. Works for me, I don't need to have select board meetings.
Works for me too.
I'll be devastated. It's
Okay.
fine for me. It's fine.
You can come here and, pretend. Yeah.
so our next meeting is gonna be the 15th.
Great.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Oh, can I just, seeing as we're not gonna do the second, because I'm on vacation from the 4th through the 14th,
Oh,
somebody is going to need to do the agenda.
What does that need? Just needs to be posted and
needs to be posted, well, it needs to be written, needs to be
It
posted.
needs to be written is the important piece. I mean, I might be able to figure out how to set it up for the 15th. That we're gonna be
Do we
doing-
know do you have a general idea of what's gonna be on there?
Nope. And I'm gonna be gone, so when I get back, it's just gonna be a, yeah, it's not gonna be pretty, but.
Well, the rest of us aren't gonna know either, is who's kind of not taking over, but is anybody being your backup, so to speak, like taking citizen requests or?
Well, Kimball, field stuff for me. But, it's not gonna prepare you for an agenda.
Well, can I work with Kim to do that? If you and I meet before you leave and you tell us, or you and Kim and I meet and you say whatever you see on the horizon, then Kim can monitor whatever comes through the door and she and I can pull together the agenda.
You can send it off on the 10th, and then the rest of us can look at it, and then we can cobble it together. Has to be born by Monday, right?
Yeah.
Monday, yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you meet with Kim on the 10th and then send something out, and the rest of us
Yeah,
it'll be a group effort.
oh, and Monday, the 13th is a holiday, so nobody will be here. So, you need to do, so that
It needs to be done.
agenda has to be done by the
Thursday.
night.
Oh, good God. All right, well,
Yeah, because my staff doesn't work on Friday.
because it needs to be posted online too.
Yeah.
Why don't we just take the whole month of October off? we'll have a budget session on the 22nd.
Yeah, I really don't know how it's gonna work, that an agenda's gonna get done when I'm out in Utah, to be honest.
I know, we can put together an agenda, but it needs to be done by the 9th. It needs to be, so,
Cause it needs to be.
and you're leaving
posted.
when?
I'm leaving on the 4th. We might be able to have one done by Friday,
By the 3rd.
3rd?
the 3rd, yeah.
You know what, whatever you have on the 3rd,
Then that'll be it.
give it to Fletcher. If something else comes up between then
tweak
and
it
the time that we
and then post
can
it.
do
You just
something
make
else on it.
adjustments to the
And-
agenda at the meeting, that's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah,
I mean, unless it's really like dire.
right. Okay.
That seems reasonable. I think we can do it.
You shouldn't have to worry about it when you're on vacation, so we'll
Yeah,
take
I
care of
really
it.
don't wanna take the laptop with me.
Don't.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, she
Don't
said.
do it.
Oh, you just get to be excited to see what happens when you come back. What have we been up to?
What we
I'm gonna
voted
say,
on.
okay, we're doing the
The
conflict.
town hall will be pink.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
Okay, did we beat that one to death?
Yes. Well, it's a good thing we brought it up.
Alright.
Okay. So we are having an executive session.
Please.
Do you have a motion?
I move that we have an executive session under 1 VSA 313A2 to discuss the negotiating or securing of real estate purchase or lease options.
We're inviting Karen.
Yes, with Karen to attend.
And no decision.
No decision.
No decision.
Okay, we've come out of executive session with no action taken. I hear a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.